All right, so we're going to be discussing the Reverse Career Fair. So first question, what is the Reverse Career Fair?
The Reverse Career Fair is a unique event, and it's for Faculty of Engineering and Applied Science and the Faculty of Energy System and Nuclear Science students that are interested in co-op and internship and new graduate hires. So why it's unique is the reverse aspect. So at a normal job fair, just like the one we hold here in February, the employers have the booth and the display, and a student chooses to walk up and engage. In a reverse, the student has the table space and hopefully has a display of something that they would like to kind of interact and discuss with an employer. So they have the display in order to start the conversation with an employer.
Perfect. So why should students attend?
Well, this is our recruiting event, and what a lot of students don't realize, graduate recruitment happens in the fall. It's now. A lot of great companies like OPG, for example, their new grad opportunities will likely close mid to late October. So many people think it's about the time they graduate in April, May, June when they start to think about their job search, but it's much sooner than that. So you just get back to school and it's time to think about resumes, cover letters, applying to jobs. We're very fortunate. We, as of today's date, have 34 companies registered, and I would imagine that number will go up. So these are 34 companies that are looking to hire our students.
Wonderful. So do you have any big names a part of those 34 companies?
To me, they're all big names. Whether there's one job or 100 jobs that will come out of this event, it's just a possibility to connect. And students will know by looking at the guidebook just who is coming, and that way they can do their research. So when they see a name tag coming at them, company name, they can show off their research and they can ask companies questions. So it doesn't mean that the discussion will even be about the student's project or something that's of interest to them. They could be, really running the conversation with the employer.
Perfect. So when is the event, and how long do you think it'll take for someone to prepare?
The event is October 4th in the gym. So half the gyms will be set up for co-op and internship students. The other half of the gym will be for graduating students and master's PhD students. So tables will be set up accordingly. So that's why you have to register, so that we're sure we have space. The space then is divided by programs. So if you're in mechanical, there will be a section for you, just like all the other disciplines. Time to prepare, well, you know what? You do need to take time to prepare. We actually have a prep day tomorrow, Saturday, September 22nd, that students can register for. And that will help you with networking with employers. There'll be interview tips as well. There will be kind of looking at what's the right fit for you in a job as well, so learning a little bit more about yourself. There'll be LinkedIn advice, how to write a thank you letter after you've had a good employer interaction at an interview. So lots of great tips to prepare. The Career Center will also run throughout the year workshops, and one-on-one appointments are available, so definitely students need to make use of the help and supports. It's really tough to get an interview without a great tailored resume. So it really starts with the resume, but no one actually gets hired from the resume. It's winning that interview. So the students that make use of the services available definitely benefit to be successful. One thing about the Reverse Career Fair, you don't walk out of the gym that day with a job. Employers will be posting, you will be applying, but you're able to create an impression with them. Many students make a business card so that if they've had a good discussion, they can say, here's my card, and I have put my resume in your folder. When you look at the guidebook, it'll tell you who's coming and if they're looking for whatever discipline. So you then can prepare the number of resumes for each of those companies, put them in the folder, because if you miss the opportunity to speak to that one employer, you at least know that they have left with your resume.
Wonderful. Yeah. So what kind of things can a student bring to the Reverse Career Fair to be interactive with employers?
That's a great question, Rachel, because this is probably the biggest fear for students. What do I present? Especially if you're a second-year student, when you're just starting to get into projects in your field. Employers, and a lot of them will be HR types like myself, so I would never grill you on highly technical anything, but I'm really looking for kind of passion, that you're loving what you study. I'd be interested why you chose to study, say, some of our niche programs here. So it's just getting to know you. A few years ago, energy systems students got together and they did some poster boards. What do we study in energy systems engineering? And that was great. A lot more employers go, oh, I didn't know you had electrical background. And it opened up more companies actually hiring from that program. And just like automotive, you take a lot of mechanical. So there's a lot of crossover, and it's really good for employers to learn more about that. To me, even a poster that says why I chose to study this or that is interesting. It's just to start a conversation. Some students have done, why I chose to study this, or that. Some software students showed off apps that they built, even though app building is not part of their program, but it's something they do, hobbies, interests, and that they're interested in. I've seen one display that impressed me last year. A software engineering student had done her resume by a choice of, you pick 3 bears, and as you picked a different bear, a different part of her resume was displayed. I thought that was neat. And she is now on internship at OPG. So, it can be anything. One year, a student had his guitar there. So you kind of have to think about, what would I want to start a conversation with someone about? If the table is empty, I'm not drawn to it. So lots of times there's a lot of rows of laptops. Many students love to design, so what could be some designs that you have done. So really anything is an option. It's just to start that conversation. And employers know that this is a stretch for students. So how I look at it is, I actually have 693 co-op and internship students that are eligible. They're at the 2.3, they can be in the program. And I predict probably 300 students will participate, take this opportunity to network with employers. Hopefully it'll be more, but that would be probably realistic and numbers in the past. Well, employers know that. I've just met the top 300 students because they're willing to take this risk. And remember, a lot of engineer managers are introverted as well. They're not that comfortable at this, but they like to talk about projects or something technical. But all in all, we always hire someone that seems like a fit for the team. And when a recruiter just has a stack of resumes, it doesn't tell the whole picture. So that's why students, GPA doesn't matter in this type of thing. This is about just you talking about your passion, why you're excited about it too. And employers love the event. They get to see more of our school. They get tours after of ACE and nuclear labs, and many of our labs will be on display as well. Hopefully the Formula SAE car will be a tour as well, so they can talk to students that are really enjoying what they're doing in extracurricular activities as well. But I will agree, it is probably a scary event for students, but just, it's just that opportunity. Where else can you have the potential to talk to employers that are looking to hire you?
Awesome. So last question. What are your 3 top tips to prepare for this?
Research, research, research. So use that guidebook and really figure out who is it that is looking for you, so you're on the lookout for them, and do your research. Second is get to the Career Center. They are going to have drop-in days, they've got workshops, they've got the prep day. Use their services so that you sound like an engineer. And many students by second year are still using their resume that they did in grade 10 in high school, and I tell you, you won't know you're an engineer by that initial resume. So use all the help and supports that are available to help you impress that employer. And just come and have fun. Be smiling, happy, and just make the most of the day. I'm quite proud of everybody. Everyone's all, dressed up. It's business casual, the event, and when you see the projects, it really is awesome, the fabulous students that we have here at UOIT. And employers are impressed.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.